once again, Wednesday morning, well, afternoon maybe-ish. One morning for some of you if you're just getting up. But it's New Comic Books Day, and, of course, the comics should always smell very good. Because if they don't smell good, if you pick it up, sniff it, I wouldn't trust it. Freshness issues with the comic books. But we don't have too many Secret Wars books this week, so we're just going to let Mr. Will, our professor of Marvel, take care of that right off the bat
We
here.
have an awesome Secret War book. I mean, at the end of Black Vortex, just when you thought Peter Quill and Kitty Pryde were about to get engaged, the universe was destroyed. That really sucks. It really
don't you hate it when that happens?
They kind of, yeah, it'll put some...
But this is a brand new Battle World book. Star-Lord, legendary Star-Lord writer Sam Humphries picks up the story. But this is a very, very, very different Kitty Pryde. As you can tell, as you can see, this is the clawed Kitty Pryde from the Age of Apocalypse. And what's cool is this book has one Guardian of the Galaxy, trust me, as you've never seen him before. Think about this with a lot more hair.
It's a good look.
It's a really good look. We may keep it. But it also connects to Inhumans Attilan Rising and Black Bolt's kind of cool, kind of weird Hellfire style club in Battle World. But that's where it's going to meet. It's all going down. There's a lot of other XMen that you don't know what era they're from in this, but really fun and cool. Check it out. And there's a brand new artist. We can't pronounce the name, so forgive me.
Well, I mean, I can.
Okay.
It'll be Alti Formancia.
Wow, Morgan, that was really good.
I mean, it's phonetics, man.
Yeah, and it translates to awesome new artists. So check it out.
Also for Marvel this week, the second issue of E is for Extinction, bringing you back to Grant Morrison's amazing, monumental run on the X-Men, perhaps the best run of X-Men, in my opinion. I'll probably catch flack for that, but I don't care. Chris Burnham writing, and Ramon Villalobos, the awesome Ramon Villalobos doing art. And this, it's my favorite X-Men. You got Zorn, you got White Queen, they're all in those cool, like, weird, puffy little costumes and stuff.
Blob.
And Glob, yeah.
I just like that Wolverine is still rocking his leotard from that book, even though he has a huge beer gut.
Right?
It's amazing.
Yeah, no, this is really fantastic. It's been a lot of fun, and this is kind of a good Secret Wars book. If you want an X-Men comic, but not really wanting to delve totally into the continuity of what's going on right now, E is for Extinction. Yeah. E is for Eternity. E is for a lot of things.
E is for a lot of things, but C this week is for Cyborg. From DC Comics, of course. Writer David F. Walker, recently off of Shaft for Dynamite. Drawn by Ivan Reis, a DC mainstay for many years now. He's really defined the sort of house style for DC of late, which is, it's really nice to see them putting that kind of confidence in the character here to put one of their biggest artists on the book. And they're sort of re-examining Cyborg as more than just, the guy who does tech stuff. He's essentially been Batman's computer for the entire Justice League run here.
Whoa,
so he's
really?
sort of getting, he's just like, Vic, I need you to pinpoint these locations.
Oh, because Oracle
Teleport
doesn't
us
exist
now.
anymore.
Vic.
Yeah.
But this has him more coming into his own, dealing with the evolution sort of the machine that is his body. It's kind of bringing back his flesh, sort of. He has shoulders, real shoulders now, and
Wait, I was gonna say,
a left hand.
What? Whoa, dude.
But it might not be exactly what it seems. So this is gonna be a really interesting one to see play out.
I'm going to do a double hit of Batman. First of all, let's do it in the modern day. Grayson number 10. This is the long-awaited meeting between Dick Grayson and Lex Luthor for the first time since Lex Luthor killed him at the beginning of Forever Evil, which still sounds like a really exotic perfume for villains.
Right.
But anyway, Lex Luthor's now a hero. He's with the Justice League, playing a hero. And Grayson's the ultimate super spy. What happens when these two guys get together? And then a blast from Batman Past, Batman 66. Harley Quinn was born on an animated series, but what if she existed during the Adam West TV show? This spells the answers right here.
God, she's really crazy popular. She transcends boundaries and
She's
decades.
through time and space. She's like the Doctor Who of DC.
And she is actually going to space this week in Power Girl Harley
Oh
Quinn.
yeah, that's right.
There you go, plug. And for those of you who could not afford the super large break your bank account version of one of IDW's best artist editions, we now have the slightly more portable, slightly more affordable Wally Wood EC Comic Stories. You look through this and you realize why Wally Wood killed himself. Because there's so much work in here, so much effort that never even, you couldn't even tell on the finished page. I go crazy too. And plus the ink was not safe. How much, like these pages were huge and he was huffing lots of ink that cannot be good for your brain. But this sees some of his greatest sci-fi stuff. Wally Wood's dad was a Air Force pilot, and so Wally Wood grew up in like hangars and stuff like that, which is why he can draw some of the most amazing interiors of like spaceships, space shuttles, anything like that. And it also has, which he coined, or he pioneered, the very first 3D comic, The Spawn of Venus, that he did. And these ones, the way he did it was he had like 4 or 5 different acetate like pages, like overlay, where he would have like different things blocked out or different things like pushed up with shadow and stuff. It's truly, truly amazing.
You know, there must have been easier ways to do that, but he wouldn't do that because he's Wally Wood.
It's Wally Wood, no. And you have this really great portrait on the back, which is a very nice way to remember Wally Wood. So yeah, definitely need to get your badass Wally Wood on this week.
That's probably the happiest I've ever seen him.
It is. It's probably it's drawing. That's why. It's not real.
Something that is very real that no one would have ever expected.
Right?
Not one, but 2 insane Archie crossovers coming out this week. We've got the conclusion of Archie vs. Predator by Alex DeCampi, Fernando Ruiz, and company. This is brutal. This is just
Alex, I can't believe
entirely
you got away
brutal.
with that. Yeah.
Somebody gets their face, like, ripped off. They were already decapitated, but they get their face ripped off within the first 2 pages
It's
of this comic.
slurped. It's slurped. It's not even ripped. It's slurped.
Yeah, so Alex DeCampi is really delivering on what she usually does there, and over on a completely different end of the crossover spectrum, not killer aliens, but killer sharks that are also storms. Archie vs. Sharknado. This is a one-shot story by, I don't know, a whole bunch of chumps or something.
The writer of Sharknado
Oh, the
did it.
Shark-
Anthony
Sharknado
C.
movie.
Ferrante, Dan Parent, he's no one big, Rich Kozlowski, some letter, some weird color, and whoa, down there with Mr. Casey Silver. I don't know who let him onto the book.
I
but
don't know either.
Whatever
Did you get a
inspired that decision, it's all the better for it.
Did you get a commemorative shark tooth out of this or something like that?
No. In fact,
should.
I haven't even gotten paid yet, Will. How terrible that is.
Maybe you'll get the direct exclusive director's cut of Sharknado 3. Oh hell no is the subtitle.
Oh my.
I think
It's my turn again?
I think
I
so.
got so
Yeah,
caught up.
it
I'm
would be.
really excited actually for Sharknado 3. Here's the thing. Only Deathstroke is ballsy and badass enough to say, I'll accept your contract, I will go and kill a god. But then he also says, I'll go to Paradise Island full of women, I'll take on all the Amazons. Tony Daniel continues his latest arc, God Killer, and Deathstroke goes up against the God of War, Wonder Woman. Deathstroke is badass. I love the way Tony Daniel draws Wonder Woman. I actually have a great, awesome... I sat there at Comic-Con when you were just going, he's doing Wonder Woman for me. I was just like... But anyway, the battle is on of Olympian proportions this week in Deathstroke.
Dun, dun, dun. And my final pick for the week, from Study Group Comics in Portland, one of my favorite creators ever, Farrell DeRimple, second issue of It Will All Hurt. This is a kind of tag-along project, a little offshoot from the Wrenchies, which was his amazing kind of psychedelic teenage post-apocalyptic book that he did last year. This very nice, big size, smells really, really good. And this is just some of his stuff is just so dreamlike and bizarre and amazing, but just so poignant and so truthful and sometimes very sad. But really, like, just lots of emotion wrapped up in here with lots of excitement, some of my favorite stuff. Very good companion to the Island comic that you should have picked up last week. And Farrell's also doing a cover for Island, I think, next issue or the issue after that. So yeah, and this is, look at that. It's all nice, it's yellow. Oh, it's so good. I'm just gonna sit here and hold this while Morgan talks about something else.
I just gotta add, the title of that comic is a warning.
Yeah.
That comic will hurt you.
It's a heavy book. It's at least a 2-read book. You gotta read it once just to take it in and another time to process.
His work is just heavy.
Yeah.
And something else that promises to be pretty heavy,
Yeah.
like most of the creators'
Yeah.
work. Arlish has a new ongoing series out from Image this week with Matt Taylor, Lee Luridge, Clayton Cowles, and his graphic design partner in crime, Tom Mueller. This is Wolf #1. about a, I'm not sure if he's quite a supernatural detective, but he's essentially a street magician. Just like, not like that guy who hangs out in the corner and like hula hoops and makes cards disappear, but
Or like with the cups.
yeah, more like John Constantine style street magician. His name's, Antoine Wolf. I'm glad it says it right on the back cover because my brain just farted major there. And he starts off the comic book on fire. So it really, sets a bit of a precedent for the tone. And it's all about magic and California and how the two sort of are entirely entwined.
Los Angeles, to be specific, as Alish seems to have a predisposition with Los Angeles. Or destroying
most definitely.
it. Yeah.
My final pick is reminds me of, in the world of X-Men, in the history of X-Men, there is Gambit, Rogue, and then there's Maggot Marrow. Sometimes when you have a new mutant, they rise to
here, Will.
They rise to the top, and then some of them are long forgotten. Well,
Maggot lives in my heart, Will.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure you can see a doctor for that case.
Exactly. Well, I love this issue because this focuses on the kids that were created under the Brian Michael Bendis era. This may be the last time you see them because they're not listed in the new X-Men books coming this fall. But if you love Tempest, Triage, Gold Balls, Hijack, Benjamin Deeds, and Hijack, did I forget him? This is a great issue for you. I love these kids. I mean, remember the Generation Hope kids, the Five Lights? I love those.
Who?
Yeah, what happened to those kids?
I know.
Kieran Gillen's doing good now. They should, right?
Stayed around. Heidi went to Wolverine school. Anyway, this is a really fun adventure with these kind of the rookie kids that may or may not come back. But of course, as they always say in comics, you have the power to bring them back and let Marvel know that you love these new kids. Especially Tempest. She's like one of my favorites. And Gold Balls. He might be the maggot of the 21st century. Who knows? Maybe.
But
maybe not.
Man, come on.
Let's turn him into the Gambit of the 21st century. Come on.
Does he have a trench coat?
Are we gonna have
'Cause
Gold Balls played by Channing Tatum then?
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? We're going to leave you with that image.
Too far?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. And we'll see you all next week. Pleasant dreams.